Welcome to MAI Academy. My name is Samuel Omareji, and I will be your digital instructor for this course, Community Needs and Service Mapping. Let me state out what to expect from this course. Community Needs and Service Mapping is a foundational and practical course designed to equip you with the knowledge, tools, and analytical thinking required to understand communities deeply, identify their real needs, and map available services in a structured and strategic way. In today's world, development, governance, humanitarian work, and social planning cannot succeed without accurate information about people, their living conditions, their challenges, and the services already available to them. This course helps you move beyond assumptions and opinions into evidence-based community understanding. At its core, community needs and service mapping is the systematic process of identifying, analyzing, and documenting the needs of individuals and groups within a specific geographic area, while also assessing the availability, accessibility, and effectiveness of services meant to address those needs. It combines elements of social research, data collection, community engagement, and planning. It is widely used by governments, non-governmental organizations, development agencies, healthcare systems, educational planners, and social workers. This course introduces you to the concept of community, not just as a physical location, but as a living system made up of people, relationships, institutions, resources, challenges, and opportunities. A community may be a rural village, an urban neighborhood, a school environment, a religious group, or even a professional network. Each community has unique characteristics and therefore requires tailored approaches to understanding and service delivery. You will be guided through the principles of identifying community needs, which include basic needs such as food, water, healthcare, and shelter, as well as deeper social needs such as education, employment, safety, inclusion, infrastructure, and emotional well-being. The course emphasizes that needs are not always visible and must often be discovered through structured engagement, observation, interviews, surveys, and participatory methods. Service mapping is the second major component of the course. This involves identifying all existing services within a community, such as hospitals, schools, government agencies, religious organizations, NGOs, security services, and informal support systems. It also includes evaluating how effective these services are, who can access them, and where gaps exist. Many communities suffer not because services do not exist, but because they are poorly distributed, unknown to residents, or inaccessible due to cost, location, or social barriers. The course also explores the relationship between needs and services. Understanding this relationship is critical for planning interventions that actually solve problems rather than duplicate existing efforts. For example, building a new clinic in an area already served by a functioning but underutilized health center may not be as effective as improving awareness, staffing, or accessibility of the existing facility. This is why mapping is essential before any development intervention. Another key aspect of the course is stakeholder engagement. You will understand how to work with community members, leaders, organizations, and institutions to gather accurate information and build trust. Communities are not passive subjects of study. They are active participants in the mapping process. Their lived experiences provide the most accurate data for decision-making. The course also introduces tools and techniques used in community mapping, including questionnaires, focus group discussions, geographic mapping tools, service directories, and digital data collection platforms. You will be exposed to both traditional field methods and modern technology-driven approaches such as GIS mapping and mobile data collection systems. By the end of the overview, you will understand that community needs and service mapping is not just an academic exercise, but a practical skill used to drive real-world change. It is a bridge between problems and solutions, between communities and decision-makers, and between resources and those who need them most. Community needs and service mapping is extremely important because it forms the backbone of effective planning, development, and service delivery in any society. Without it, decisions are often based on assumptions, political influence, or incomplete information, which leads to wasted resources and unmet needs. This course provides the foundation for evidence-based decision-making, ensuring that interventions are targeted, relevant, and impactful. One of the most important aspects of this field is that it helps uncover hidden needs within a community. Many issues in society are not immediately visible. For example, a community may appear stable on the surface but may be facing deep challenges such as unemployment, lack of access to healthcare, poor education systems, or inadequate sanitation. Through proper needs mapping, these hidden challenges are identified and addressed systematically. Another key importance is that it improves resource allocation. Governments, NGOs, and organizations often operate with limited resources. Without proper mapping, resources may be duplicated in some areas, while other areas are completely neglected. Community needs and service mapping ensure that resources are distributed fairly and efficiently based on real data rather than guesswork or political bias. The course is also important for improving service delivery. By mapping existing services, organizations can evaluate what is working and what is not working. For example, a community may have several schools, but if they are overcrowded or underfunded, the problem is not the absence of schools but the quality of education. Mapping helps identify such gaps and guides improvements in service quality. Another major importance is that it strengthens community participation and inclusion. When community members are involved in the mapping process, they feel heard and valued. This increases trust between communities and organizations or governments. It also ensures that solutions are culturally appropriate and aligned with real community needs rather than external assumptions. Community needs and service mapping is also essential for emergency response and disaster management. In times of crisis such as floods, disease outbreaks, or conflicts, having accurate maps of services and population needs allows responders to act quickly and effectively. It helps identify vulnerable populations and prioritize urgent interventions. In development planning, this course plays a critical role in ensuring sustainability. Projects that are not based on proper needs assessment often fail after implementation. However, when communities are properly studied and services are mapped, interventions are more likely to succeed because they are built on real demand and existing structures. It is also important for monitoring and evaluation. Organizations need to measure whether their programs are making an impact. Service mapping provides a baseline against which progress can be measured over time. It helps answer questions such as, are services improving? Are more people being reached? Are gaps reducing or increasing? Furthermore, this course is important for reducing inequality. Many communities suffer from unequal access to services due to location, income level, or social status. Mapping helps expose these inequalities and provides the data needed to advocate for fairness and justice in service distribution. In summary, community needs and service mapping is not just a technical process, but a powerful tool for transformation. It ensures that development is intentional, inclusive, and based on real human needs, rather than assumptions or guesswork. What you will learn and why study this course. By studying community needs and service mapping, you will gain both theoretical understanding and practical skills that can be applied in real-life situations across multiple sectors. The course is designed to develop analytical, observational, and problem-solving abilities that are essential for community development work. You will learn how to define and understand what a community is, including its structure, characteristics, and dynamics. This includes recognizing different types of communities and understanding how social, economic, and cultural factors influence their needs. You will also learn how to identify and assess community needs using different methods such as surveys, interviews, focus group discussions, observation, and participatory rural appraisal techniques. You will be trained to distinguish between perceived needs and actual needs, and how to prioritize needs based on urgency and impact. Another key area of learning is service identification and mapping. You will learn how to locate and document services within a community, including health facilities, schools, social services, infrastructure, and informal support systems. You will also learn how to analyze service availability, accessibility, affordability, and quality. The course will teach you how to identify gaps between community needs and available services. This includes understanding why certain services are underutilized or inaccessible, and how to recommend improvements or new interventions. You will gain skills in data collection and analysis, This includes designing simple data collection tools, organizing information, interpreting findings, and presenting results in a clear and structured way that can be used for decision-making. You will also learn stakeholder engagement skills. This involves how to communicate with community members, leaders, and organizations in a respectful and effective manner to gather accurate information and build cooperation. In addition, you will learn basic mapping and visualization techniques. This includes how to represent community data in maps, charts, and reports that make information easy to understand and act upon. Finally, you will learn how to use your findings to support planning, policy making, and project development. This means turning raw data into practical solutions that improve living conditions and strengthen communities. You should study this course because it prepares you for real-world impact. Whether you want to work in government, NGOs, social development, public health, education, or community leadership, this course gives you a strong foundation to understand people and solve real problems effectively. It helps you move from theory to action, from observation to intervention, and from ideas to measurable change. This course is not only about learning information, it is about developing a mindset of service, analysis, and responsibility toward society. I look forward to congratulating you upon the successful completion of this course. To maximize your learning experience, ensure that you actively participate in all individual and group activities, as well as complete the course assessments. Your commitment and dedication will contribute greatly to your success. I wish you the very best throughout this learning journey, and I look forward to celebrating your achievements at the end of the course.